Polls open at 6:30 tomorrow morning for the general election, and voters living in the Westerville City School District have an important decision to make. There's an earned income tax levy on the ballot for that district. NBC4's Delaney Ruth is sharing how people on both sides of this issue are feeling ahead of Election Day.
A year ago, Westerville voters rejected a property tax levy, but the district is back on the ballot, this time with an earned income tax levy, which would only apply to wages, salaries, and self-employment income. The superintendent says putting another levy on the ballot was not something district leaders took lightly. If the levy fails, Superintendent Angie Hamburg says many electives, AP, and college credit courses would likely be cut, along with more than 120 jobs and 14 bus routes.
So those decisions were made based on what do we have to have. So we have to have English class, we have to have math class, we don't have to have art class at an elementary, for an example.
But Westerville resident Doug Krinsky says the community spoke loud and clear last November. He tells me he wants the school district to be more frugal.
The money makes a difference to these folks, and I see it. You know, when I was taking the yard signs out, people are telling me their personal stories. They can't afford it.
On the other side, Westerville parent Emma Nelson says cuts will happen if this levy fails, and they will impact her 3 sons' educations. She says strong schools are important for a strong community.
I have 2 kids in elementary school. They would be looking at losing music, art, and PE. You know, unfortunately, those aren't required. So if we kind of have to cut things to the bare minimum, those go.
People on both sides tell me they are feeling optimistic ahead of Election Day. And there are plenty of vote yes and vote no signs around Westerville.
We are absolutely not against the kids. What we're about is being, frugal with the money. I mean, be smart with the money.
Right now, we need to take action and prevent the cuts from ever happening.
Keep in mind, this levy will be on ballots for voters living within the Westerville City Schools District, which includes parts of Columbus, Blendon Township, Genoa Township, and more. If passed, it'll cost 75 cents per every $100 of earned income. Local for you, I'm Delaney Ruth, NBC4.
NBC4, of course, is your local election headquarters. And like Delaney said, tomorrow is Election Day, so we have reminders for you tonight.
Polls open at 6:30. They close at 7:30. That's 6:30 in the morning, 7:30 in the evening. And today, Secretary of State Frank LaRose released some early voting numbers. His office says nearly 137,000 absentee ballots have already been returned. All mailed absentee ballots must be postmarked by today. You can drop them off as well at your Board of Elections until 7:30 tomorrow evening. More than 263,000 people voted early in person. So when you add all of that up, the in-person and the absentee ballots, it amounts to about 400,000 people in Ohio who have already voted.
Okay, so here's what you'll need to bring with you if you plan to vote tomorrow. A valid photo ID is required. Now, it can be an Ohio driver's license, a state ID, an interim ID from the BMV, your U.S. passport or passport card, military ID, or a Veterans Affairs ID card. Do keep in mind Social Security cards, birth certificates, bills, bank statements, paychecks, and Ohio's mobile ID are not acceptable forms of identification for elections. Now, we've been covering some of the major races and issues voters will see on the ballot tomorrow. You can find those stories on NBC4i.com. Just click on the Your Local Elections HQ tab.
And we hope you can join us tomorrow as well. We're going to have a live 1-hour election special. It will begin at 7 in the evening, and we will bring you the first results because we'll be on the air when the polls close at 7:30.
Thanks for watching. For more NBC4, download the NBC4 streaming app. You'll get free 24/7 local programming streamed straight to your living room. Just search NBC4 Columbus on your Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Roku, or Samsung device.